Welcome to Two Roads Crossing, a podcast production of the Christian Veterinary Mission. Do you wonder how your faith fits together with your profession? Well, join us as we explore how to live well at the intersection of two roads crossing.
Welcome to Two Roads Crossing. I'm your host, Curtis Gibbs, and we're happy to be hosting a podcast of the intersection of faith and veterinary medicine, coming to you from the global gathering in Turkey. We can hear that because we will all be home by the time this happens. And today we're on the road with Dr. N, who serves in one of our locations in Southeast Asia. And so, Dr. N, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, tell me a little bit about, like, where'd you go to school, when'd you graduate, that type of thing?
Sure. So originally I went to Oklahoma State University to get my bachelor's in natural resource ecology and management. It's a bachelor's of ag in science. After that, the Lord called me to Louisiana State University. I got a scholarship as a freshman, which is almost unheard of for veterinary school. So that was really confirmation from the Lord that that's where I needed to be.
And with that scholarship, I asked you when you graduate, but if we want to just keep you Dr. N, I won't ask you for a grad date. That'll leave you just as out there. Well, so suffice it to say, you were young, headed to the field, though,
Yeah.
which is cool to see.
Yeah, I'm 29 going on 30. Yeah. So this has been a dream, I think about 10 years in the making. Yeah. But really I was called to the field, I think, a lot earlier than that.
How did you kind of know that this might be something for you, that God had for you?
To clarify your question, you're asking, how did I know that I wanted to be a field worker?
I'm probably going to ask about both. How you wanted to be a veterinarian, but let's start with field worker. We'll go in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was inspired by campus ministers at Oklahoma State University. They were really big into evangelism, really reaching out to people on campus who didn't know Christ. They really instilled in me a burden for the lost, primarily. I was involved in international student ministry. So I kind of got my toes wet, proverbially, in cross-cultural missions in that sort of regard. So I just had the best time hanging out with international students. I didn't feel all that intentional, but giving people rides to Walmart, celebrating,
doing life together. I mean, that is so overlooked in life and discipleship. It's like, do life with people,
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And so that really impressed upon me the need to share the gospel with others that don't know, to have a burden for the lost, to pray for them, to be very intentional about sharing the gospel with people who have never heard.
How did you know that vet med might be something that was for you?
Yeah, so honestly, I was interested in veterinary medicine before I even became a Christian. So when I was a little girl, I thought, man, animals are really cool. And then when I was a teenager, I was still like, man, animals are really cool.
Sure.
And then I went to college and I was like, man, animals are really cool. So it's just a passion that never died.
Yeah, still there.
Yeah, it's still there. And luckily, the Lord blessed me with some skills and abilities to be able to achieve academically, and the ability to make it through veterinary school and keep on pursuing it. I was in conflict, though, when I was still an undergrad, because I knew that I wanted to be a missionary. But I still really wanted to be a veterinarian. That dream just didn't die. And so I was in such great conflict about this. But then I got confirmation of the Lord to go to Louisiana State with that scholarship. And then I heard about Christian Veterinary Fellowship. And that really changed everything for me. And it gave me an avenue to, go through vet school with a group of believers, to hold me accountable, to remind me why we're doing what we're doing. And especially it was really important because I went to veterinary school during COVID. And so we had towards the tail end of my first year at Louisiana State, we had to go all online. And that meant CVF had to meet
Also go
online.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. Anyway, CVF was really instrumental to getting me hooked up with people within CVM to eventually send me long term to Southeast Asia.
Wow, so how are you going to integrate, or how do you see, because you are like 10 days on the ground and then you came right back to Turkey. So you are still in a time warp, whirlwind, getting settled. How do you right now envision vet med and sharing, the faith coming together in your context? Or will it be a journey of discovery? Are you going to kind of get there and then assess the needs? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's hard, right? Because there's so many ways, as we know at Christian Veterinary Mission, there are so many ways to serve people through veterinary medicine and adjacent fields as well. For me specifically, what I'll be doing is working with ECHO, which is an agricultural nonprofit that is Christ-centered. The bottom line of everything that we do is Christ. Christ fed the hungry, we feed the hungry. How do we do that? Well, it's not by giving things away necessarily, though we do give away seeds. It's by training people how to farm. Most of the world still heavily relies on agriculture for their GDP. Most people in the world are still reliant upon agriculture for income, as we all are reliant on agriculture for food,
for sustenance,
basic necessities of life. But anyway, ECHO seeks to help improve the lives of farmers, and these are frequently people that are the poorest in the world. So anyway, we improve agricultural techniques, improving soil quality, improving crop yield by using really simple techniques. What ECHO needs help with is the livestock portion of it. They are mostly plant and soil scientists. They're seed and soil guys.
Yeah, sure.
Put it simply. Historically, what they've done is seed banks. What they've done is improving crop agriculture. However, rarely will you find a farmer that's not keeping livestock of some sort.
They're hand in glove typically, right? Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, because no one's just eating rice.
Yeah, that's right.
Just rice. People like some chicken every now and then. So they would get questions from farmers about, hey, I have this sick animal. I don't know what to do. Or, I don't know what to do about my pigs and how do I treat them and how do I keep them healthy. And so they're really moving into more livestock projects and they needed help with that. So ECHO contacted CVM to see, hey, do you have any veterinarians that want to serve on our teams and help us to improve our livestock projects?
Wow, that's really cool. And we have in a previous podcast interviewed, I'll just go Dr. K because she might change her context, but who has done some stuff with ECHO and is here with us this week. And so, but did a stopover in Florida. And so it's kind of exciting to see you just headed straight for your context. Tell me, being here at the Global Gathering this week with many seasoned field workers and such, what has that taught you?
To be fair, I'm still processing everything that happened during this conference, just because we have, 50 years. Like, if I had a patient that had a 50-year history of stuff, I'd be like, there's no way I can read all of this.
Sure. Especially in 2 days or 4 days or whatever it was.
Yeah. But I guess we're really lucky to have the embodiment of our founders. Let me back up. We are very lucky to have field workers that have been around since the inception of CVM. Yeah. We're very lucky to have that living history. I'm always so impressed by all of the stories, and we're getting stories from like 1978.
Yeah.
And then we're getting stories up until today in 2026. That's pretty incredible. And you can see consistent moves of God through the decades. And that's pretty amazing. What else? What else am I learning?
Yeah. I mean, it's God's ministry and God's faithfulness, when you think about it. And there wasn't really a gap in doing that 50-year timeline where it was like, wow, God sort of left us adrift there for 7 years and nobody was really active. It was like, no, the whole thing was chock full of stories. And then you get to be a part of the next 50, which is exciting. Yeah.
It is.
Did you have any resistance? Did you have any friends, family, I mean, to kind of go, you just became a veterinarian. Now you're going to where, was there any kind of odd little, side eyes that you got for headed to the field being so young?
No one said so verbally.
Okay,
anyway.
Sure.
Nobody was like, Natasha, what are you doing? You're ruining your life. No, honestly, the pushback was from me.
Yeah.
The pushback was from myself, of determining, like, is this really what I want to do? I don't care if you include this next part or not. Up to you. But not the biggest thing, but one of the things that I really had to think about was like, I could stay in the United States. I could make a whole bunch of money as a veterinarian. I could have this very comfortable life. Could. But that is not what the Lord had for me.
Yeah.
That is just not, frankly, the life that I envisioned, when I was in college, that was just not, that really wasn't that attractive to me, frankly. And certainly it might be kind of a Gen Z sort of thing where it's just like purpose over comfort. Whereas what I do matters, how I feel about what I do matters. There are people that matter more than me, so to speak. As I've heard other missionaries say here, I think it was Chris actually that remarked on it, for all of you that are leaving home, your mom, your dad, children, houses, fields, pets, you will be added 100 times as much in this life and in the life to come. And that seems more meaningful to me.
Wow. Dr. N, that's pretty profound. And want you to know in those quiet moments, you're not alone. We've got Dr. E, we got two Dr. E's out on the field, and your age and space and serving in some places where we're calling them by their initials. So that kind of gives a little bit of the context of maybe the tougher soil that's being served. And but what a legacy you're laying early in your life, getting out there and serving.
Yeah.
What can we do to be praying for you? What are your needs? Will you have, before we get there, is the plan to have a team around you? Will you have, I guess you mentioned Echo, so there'll be some, some people around as a support network?
Yeah. So I will be going onto a team, Echo Asia, located in Chiang Mai. They have, I think, 28 staff now, which is really big.
Yeah.
And frankly, Echo has, what's the word? Outgrown its britches.
Sure.
Is that
That's how they say it in Louisiana anyway.
Anyway, so outgrown the britches. And so with that many staff, they need a lot more HR. They need a lot more support staff as a result of that. And so, I mean, it's great that we're having this growth, but we really need to keep up with it. So, prayers for the Echo staff, because I'm lucky to have a big team, but also that comes with some challenges as well. Areas of growth, as I like to say.
There you go. Are you the sole vet on that team?
Yes, I am.
Holy smokes.
So this is a brand new position. Dr. K kind of pioneered it, so to speak, in Florida, but she is soon leaving that location. And so Echo Asia has never had a veterinarian before. So this role is brand spanking new, and we will find out what that all means and what exactly I will be doing day to day. But Patrick Trail, the Asia director, kind of his vision is for me to go out to farms and train farmers, hands-on participatory learning, building relationship with these farmers, and uplifting them, encouraging them, making sure that they know that they are valued, most especially by Jesus, most importantly.
What are you most excited about? What are you most nervous about?
What am I most excited about? I suppose what I'm most excited about has a lot to do with my story. My mom is Thai. My dad is American. I grew up in the United States. My mom was a Buddhist. My dad was a non-practicing Catholic. I did not know Jesus until I was maybe 11 or 12 years old when my Buddhist mom dragged us to church.
Wow.
She was like, "You guys are terrible people, and church will fix that."
We're going to fix it.
Yeah. I mean, she wasn't wrong, but little did she know she needed some fixing herself.
Wow.
And so I got baptized with my mom and my sister when I was about 15 years old.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And so the thing that I am most excited about, having this Thai heritage, is finally learning the language formally.
Yeah.
It's been very informal for most of my life, and unfortunately, I've kind of had a break in my language learning when I was a little kid. So I didn't speak Thai in the home, unfortunately. And so a part of it, probably the thing that I'm most excited about, is language learning. It is also one of the most difficult things going onto the field, but understand that I have a very personal stake in it because I want to have a conversation with my family that still lives in Thailand.
Yeah.
Because I've never had an adult conversation with any of them. And so what I'm excited about is to finally connect with these people that I love deeply, and to have a meaningful connection with them.
In your heart language.
My heart language. And, something that I realized during this week is my family is an unreached people group. Like, we're a very specific unreached people group in Thailand. And so, I mean, it's really awesome that CVM has a field worker who is a part of an unreached people group, ethnically speaking, but they are also, like, my family are the ones that I have primary responsibility to minister to, and to intercede for, and tell about the love of Christ.
That's pretty powerful, girl. That is,
yeah.
That story is moving.
Yeah.
I've heard it before, and I'm still like, hold together. Hold. That is really, really cool. Well, you mentioned intercede. How can we intercede for you? I don't even care about what you're nervous about. Flush that.
Okay, yeah.
How can we intercede for you? What can we be thinking about?
Yeah. So I struggle with anxiety. I honestly didn't even know that I had anxiety until I was in college. So yeah, I struggle with that, panic attacks, et cetera, et cetera. Apparently that didn't stop me from moving across the world.
Apparently not.
Because the way I see it, I guess, is like, my anxiety is something that I manage, but I don't want it to stop me from doing things.
Yeah.
Doing things for the Lord, for doing things that He's called me to do. And so I do want to be healed of my anxiety. I do. But I'm also okay if this is just a thorn that the Lord never takes away. And so what I want is longevity on the field. Like, I don't want my anxiety to be the thing that takes me off. Yeah. Like, if I had to leave the field for some reason, I don't want that to be the reason.
Okay.
Yeah. So any prayer that you could say for my anxiety, but certainly our other field workers too. They're in, frankly, rougher situations than I'm going to be going into, that have caused significant anxiety. I mean, Fred talks about it all the time. Threats on his life.
Yeah.
Literal threats on his life. So yeah, the very difficult things that field workers have to face, that frankly gives them PTSD.
Yeah.
and really and legitimately does. So anyway, for all of our field workers at CVM, please pray that the mental health struggles that we have are not the things that take us out of the field, but that we have care. We have people that care deeply about us, that want to connect with us, that care that I'm having a difficult time or understanding of that, because I can't be a hero all the time. And frankly, I'm not most of the time. So anyway, just seeing us and making us feel safe.
It's a good word. Well, you hear that, CVM? We have things to pray for there. Can we follow your story? Can you write support letters and things of that nature? People can access you on the website. They can email because we're using security, you can always email podcast@cvm.org. And I will certainly route you to follow Dr. N, because she'll, like almost all of our field workers, writes letters of what's been going on. So we look forward to those updates. We'll be praying for you. We're also excited for you. You're sharp as a tack. So it's going to be pretty awesome to see what this looks like. You are. I'm trying to speak Louisiana. We went britches. We went sharp as a tack.
I don't know. Maybe if that tack got shoved into a
if that tack got a scholarship to Louisiana State, that's a
sure. Oh yeah. But yeah, thank you for having me on, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to the entire CVM family.
We're glad to do it, Dr. N. We look forward to it, and thank you for being an example for us, showing us how to break some ground and showing us how to live life well at the intersection of Two Roads Crossing.
Thank you for listening to Two Roads Crossing, a podcast production of the Christian Veterinary Mission. If you are blessed by this content, like and subscribe so that you are alerted when new content is released. If you would like more information about CVM, or if you have questions, comments, or topical suggestions, you can find us online at www.cvm.org. Or you can contact us by emailing podcast@cvm.org. God has a plan for the nations, and that plan includes you. We pray that CVM has encouraged you to live out your calling with confidence and competence. So, until next time, may the voice of the shepherd ring loud and clear as you follow him in faith to the intersection of Two Roads Crossing.